Hello, today I would like to talk about why do I get bored so quickly with studies. In today's video, we're going to find out why you get bored and how to fix the problem. I produced a video a while ago about boredom. Why do I get bored so quickly with people? And I suppose the takeaway that we could take from that video, there's a lot of things said in that video, you can check it out for yourselves. But the takeaway we can really take from that video is that life is about metaphorical meaning. And when we're lacking metaphorical meaning in our life, everything becomes boring and we have to go deeper and make some sense out of life. Is this also the case in the situation of studies where you want to study, but somehow you can't? They keep getting bored, even though you're trying to arrive at something or achieve something in your studies? Well, not quite. Okay, I'll tell you what the story is. Think about it this way. It's very common for people not to be able to study. And it's, the question that's always asked is, oh, people can't study. How can we get people to study? Why can't people study? And so on. But the question we should really ask ourselves is, why are people not finding studying easy? Why are people not interested in study? If you think about it logically, okay? Let's say you're in school, let's say you're in college. Why are you studying? You're studying to achieve something. If you're in school, maybe you want to get to college. If you're in college, you want to get maybe a job. Or maybe you want to get a postgraduate degree, or maybe a PhD. Maybe you want a certification. Maybe it's a hobby. Whatever it is, whatever studies you're doing, you are doing these studies for a reason. There is a purpose for your studies. And if you think about it, if you are whole and if you are complete as a person, you should be 100% behind this. And yet many times, so many times, in my personal life and also my professional life, I found myself giving students, the pep talk. And I'm at this stage, I'm quite bored of trying to give students pep talks, because it never seems to work. In 99% of the cases, when I give a student a pep talk, it doesn't work. And I'm sure it's the case with yourself as well. Why doesn't it work? This is the question nobody asks. Nobody says, there's always this presumption that, well, studies is obviously difficult. But why? Why should it be difficult? Learning is natural. Kids like learning new things all the time. If you're being forced to study, sure. But I'm presuming if you're watching this video, you're probably studying something you want. And my experience of studies is that there's 5 or 6, say there's 6 subjects in the curriculum per year, there's 1 or 2 really bad subjects, and the others are pretty good. But yet, boredom is there. I've had it myself. So many of us have. It's universal. 99% of students suffer from boredom with studies. So why? I tell you the reason why. People are looking at the wrong end of the stick. Okay? What they're looking at is, I keep saying to my personality, or I keep saying, trying to pep somebody else, I'm saying their personality, you know what you're doing in study, you're going to, it's going to help you with your life, it's going to help you with your career, make more money, be a success, learn that hobby you wanted, to get certified as an instructor, whatever it is. It's ego consistent, okay? It's ego syntonic. It fits in with your ego. You want it. Why is it that if your ego wants it, you struggle to make yourself do it? And the only way we can understand this is when we start thinking of the subconscious mind. When we start realizing that there's more than just one of us in here. We have a thing called the subconscious mind, okay? And subconscious mind is the part of you that drives the car and walks home from school without thinking about it and so on. All part of your body that keeps the heart pumping and the lungs breathing and so on. But also, subconscious mind has what we call subpersonalities. And we all have many subpersonalities. Now, don't get this wrong. Don't think in terms of multiple personality disorder. I'm not talking about somebody with a serious case of psychosis who's got a split personality. No. I'm talking about all of the subpersonalities. So the way it kind of works is the you sitting here now is kind of the dominant you, the dominant ego you. But there's lots of other yous. So let's take the case of, say, a student as an example who's getting up to go to school or college in the morning. When they wake up, they might be, let's just do the you, okay? They're groggy you. Then you go and have breakfast and you have a chat with somebody, slightly more lively you. You go to the bus to get to school, the sun is shining, you're chatting to somebody, it's happy you. The bus breaks down and now you're in a rush to get to school or college, it's anxiety you. You arrive late to, class and the teacher balls you out. Now you're ashamed and hurt you. Okay, so throughout the day, your personality keeps on flicking back and forth, and what we tend to think is it's all me. It's just there's one me. This is me, and this stuff's happening to me. But no, there's multiple me's, or there's multiple yous, whatever way we want to see it. So what happens is you're also personality. So you sitting here watching this video are the dominant you. You are the main egotistical you. And I don't mean the egotistical in the bad sense of having a big head, but just the ego that's inhabiting this body right now. But there are sub-personalities, and sub-personalities is just aspects of yourself. And actually there's a slipping and sliding all day long between the different sub-personalities, and different ones are dominant at different times. But yet they're all sharing you. There was a Hollywood movie a few years ago with kind of cartoon creatures inside a girl's head, which is pretty well a good explanation of this, actually. So the point is we have sub-personalities, and they all need attention. And you got two classifications of personalities. And it's this simple. You got those who are running after pleasure, and you got those who are avoiding pain. So the pleasure-seeking you, for example, is the you that wants to lie on the couch and eat a bag of Doritos and watch Netflix, okay? This you is only happy when they're dosing. That's all they want. So you, as in you, the personality who wants to maybe develop a career, you have some kind of academic goals or to achieve something in your life, this other you doesn't get anything out of it. This other you only enjoys when they're larking around having fun. It doesn't get anything out of the person who you are getting what you want. So that's one type of you, positive, let's say the pleasure seeking. We also have the pain seeking you. The pain-seeking you is that aspect of yourself or sub-personalities within yourself who are avoiding pain. They feel that you're a failure anyway. And they make you do things like procrastinate. They make you do things like self-sabotage. They make you do things like give up, okay? Or stare at the introduction of a book, the same book for an hour every day and never progress. Because deep down they feel, I can't do it, okay? It's all going to be a failure, and it's better not to do it than to sit the exam and fail the exam. So instead, we're just not going to do it. We're just going to avoid doing it, okay? So this pain avoidance subpersonality or subpersonalities are trying to avoid pain and suffering, okay? Now, you might think I'm crazy. You might think I'm mad, okay? Think about it logically. If you were whole, if your decision was 100% you, why would it be inner resistance? The inner resistance can only happen because you're not 100% whole. You're not 100% you. There are aspects of yourselves. I'm calling them subpersonalities. You might call something else, but it's aspects of you, aspects of your personality, which we call subpersonality, which want something else. So, like pleasure or like avoidance of pain, very basically. So again, if you look at the pain one, for example, will tend to want things, do things like self-sabotage and so on. The pleasure one will do things like you can do it later. Take a 5-minute break, go off and have some more Doritos, okay? This would be the pleasure-seeking side, all right? Each one is trying to get what they want because the subpersonalities are like mini versions of you, and they're just focused on their little area of influence. So the reason why you get bored is because either a pleasure-seeking aspect of you or a pain avoidance aspect of you doesn't want to engage, okay? It's that simple. So this is the cause of boredom in studies. You are bored because you are not complete. You are not whole in your decision. If it was as simple as, I'm going to go and study because this is really important to me, and you were 100% behind it, every aspect of yourself was 100% behind it, then it will be simple to do it. The reason for the boredom is the disinterest of other aspects of yourself. Okay? So it's more like each person, imagine a head, but lots of many people inside a head. That's a good way of thinking about it. So what to do about it? That's the how you get bored so easily. How do you cure it? Well, it's a mixture of a carrot and stick, okay? For the case, okay, number one is, I would say discipline is very important. We have a body, and our body, believe it or not, has its own consciousness. So think of the body like a workman in a factory. And imagine that you, the personality, is the boss, and your body is the workman. Now imagine if every day the boss makes sure that you have to turn up on time. He gives you a hard time if you don't turn up on time. You have to be clean, shaven, have to be well dressed, and so on. The workman is going to behave, isn't he? Just like if you're in an office and the boss keeps coming in and checking up with everybody, everybody's going to behave. But imagine that the boss is themselves a slacker. The boss just hardly turns up. They're having beer cans. Everybody's drinking beer and everything. Doesn't give a damn if you're wearing a uniform or not. What the work is going to be like? The work's going to be sloppy. So if your approach to your body is sloppy, your body will have a sloppy, lazy approach. And believe it or not, that sloppy, lazy approach to your body will in turn affect your mind, because your mind is living inside your body. Now, again, you might think you're crazy, but think of it this way. To demonstrate, go off, have a shower, have a shave if you need to shave, do your hair, put on your Sunday best clothes and see how you feel. You'll feel invigorated. You'll feel empowered. Why do you feel invigorated? Why do you feel empowered? You'll feel invigorated, feel empowered because you've just told your body we're going to do something important. And we are important. And your body's like, oh, yeah, that's it, let's do it. Okay? And then that immediately makes you feel good. So if you're sloppy, you're studying at different times, and there's no order to your life and everything, your body will be like that. Your body will be in kind of, DOS mode. All right? So a little bit of discipline. Now, that can be flexible discipline. I'm not saying you have to follow an exact set timetable, or, some people like studying all night, and study all night, but study all night certain nights each week or every night each week. Be regular in it. Do a certain amount of work per week. Have a certain place to study. Have a certain setup. Like, don't study in a bed. If at all possible, sit like at a desk or something like that, and so on. So try and have a good study space and a good study routine, okay, as best you can. This is all part of discipline. The body loves discipline. The body loves getting up at a certain time, going to bed at a certain time, eating at a certain time. And aspects of that discipline can be things like exercise and things like, don't overdo it. Don't overdrink. Don't overeat. Do your work and get your body into that. Your body's ready to work, kind of. So that's the first thing. The second thing is look at each of these subpersonalities. The first one, the pain avoidance subpersonality, it needs a lot more stick than carrot. The stick it needs is you need to put it back in its box and say you get a certain amount of pleasure after a certain amount of study. Again, don't be too harsh, but you must study a certain while, and then you get a little break. You can do a little bit of this, then get that. You get a certain result, and then we have a party. Okay, so you put it inside its bounds. You also give it a bit of carrot, that you do give it some kind of release, because if it's all stick, you'll get side effects, because that's the personality will start to go to war with you. You get things like self-sabotage. You'll keep making gaffes. You'll get sick. All sorts of things will go wrong. So you have to work with the personality. So mainly stick with the pleasure-seeking personality. You have to put it in its box. You have to reduce it because it's oversized. The pain avoidance is different. It's all carrot, because this aspect of you has got too much stick in the past. This aspect of you is too hurt. Okay, so you need to help with watching nice videos, reading nice books, learning about how the mind works, motivating yourself, stimulating yourself, boosting yourself. Yes, you can do it, and so on and so forth. So you have to look over those two aspects, all right? It's that simple. So why you get bored is those two aspects, which is actually quite a few subpersonalities, are either not on board because they want pleasure, or not on board because they're seeking pain. Either not on board because the study stuff is, I want to have fun, or not on board because I think we can't do it. Either way, they're not on board, okay? So what you got to do is work with them and balance them out as best you can. That's really what has to be done. Okay, so it's that simple as to why you get bored with studying, and to get it on board is to look after the needs and wants of these subpersonalities, while you are the dominant personality or the ego. Finally, what you could say as well is, why don't the pep talks work? The pep talks do not work because you're just talking to the ego. There's more stakeholders in this than the conscious ego, and you have to get them on side. And that's the only way you're going to find studies interesting. If you think about it, if you can work towards this, maybe not immediately, but over time, if you can work towards this, over time you can get more and more and more into your studies. Okay, and as such, when you get more into your studies, all these different subpersonalities start lining up, and they feel that they're getting their needs met as well. And the whole personality is moving forward. And that's when you get a highly efficient, highly effective person. The problem we have is too much time we're talking to the personality. And when we think about the personality, we have to think of the bigger picture of who we are and work with all the different aspects of who we are in order to move forward towards wholeness and integration. And that is the cure for boredom with studies if you apply yourself over time. Okay, that's it for today. And please like, subscribe, and talk to you next time.